Well, unlike last week, this week was quite a good week for the couch investing portfolio. The portfolio was up or recovered 7.4%, whereas the S&P 500 was up 2.65%. Overall, since the start of this journey, the portfolio is down 1.28%, whereas the S&P 500 is up 2.32%. And as you can see, when the days are red, when inflation fears are high, my portfolio is getting hit quite hard, as we've seen in the last 2 weeks or so. But when things change, when things are green, my portfolio grows much faster than the index. Of course, that's what happens when you have these types of companies in the portfolio. Number one, Tesla, of course, big week for that company. Earnings report, we've covered that multiple times on the channel already. Then for the coming week, we have PayPal, SoFi, and Apple reporting their latest results. In the coming days, we're going to cover that on the channel. And then, of course, last week we had Intel, which was down 10% or so, and Alphabet, which was up 10% and is now, again, the third largest position in the portfolio. We've got some good news with regards to Snowflake and Rocket Lab, which we're going to discuss in this video. Now, for those that are interested, these are the big companies reporting earnings in the next coming days. On Monday, before the market opens, we are going to cover SoFi on the channel, so expect that video to come out before probably the market opens around that time. Then on Tuesday, also before the market opens, I think this is the first, PayPal will report their latest earnings report. I'm going to make a quick recap video and probably a live stream as well. Then you've got companies like McDonald's, 3M, Coca-Cola, Lilly, and after the market closes, the big one, Amazon, second largest position for me. You then have AMD, Supermicro, Starbucks, Pinterest, and Lemonade. Moving on to Wednesday, Fiverr, CVS, MasterCard, Norwegian Cruise Line before the market opens. Then after the close, we've got Qualcomm, another big semiconductor player, AI player as well. Paycom, Fastly, Etsy, for some of you that are still following these companies. Then on Thursday, before the market opens, you've got Peloton, Novo Nordisk, Moderna, Zooties, ConocoPhillips. After the market closes, we've got the big one also, Apple, then Coinbase, Block, DraftKings, Cloudflare, Fortinet, Bookings.com, and Expedia. Of course, these two down here will tell us already a bit more about Airbnb's earnings report, which I believe is a week after that, if I'm not mistaken. But we are definitely going to cover Block, and then let's see what's left. So let me know down in the comment section below which companies are reporting from your portfolio, which you want to see covered on this channel. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. We really appreciate that. We're very close to reach 40,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for all the support. By the way, do check out the links down in the description as well. Syncing Alpha, Coifin, you're getting some great deals recently. So let's have a look at what the market is expecting with regards to SoFi. So EPS a gap estimate of 1 cent, revenue estimate of 559.53 million. We also had 6 EPS revisions on the upside and 2 on the downside in the last 90 days. With regards to Amazon, EPS gap estimate at 83 cents, revenue estimate $142.54 billion, with EPS revisions in the last 90 days, 28 on the upside and only 2 on the downside. By the way, you can check this for multiple companies on Seeking Alpha, link down in the description below. As for PayPal, quite surprising here, EPS gap estimate 78 cents, normalized $1.22. Revenue estimate $7.52 billion, only 4 EPS revisions on the upside and 21 on the downside. That's quite interesting because I fully expect PayPal to comfortably beat their own guidance and maybe even raise for the second half of the year. Remember, first quarter guidance was quite weak. In my opinion, that was sandbagged. Moving on to Block, EPS gap estimate of 23 cents, revenue estimate of $5.82 billion, EPS revisions 20 on the upside, 4 on the downside. It's going to be quite interesting to see how the strength in the consumer side of things is holding up right now. As for Apple, comes at no surprise really, so EPS gap estimate $1.49, revenue estimate $90.61 billion, and then we only had 1 EPS revision on the upside while we had 24 on the downside. Of course, we've been talking about the weakness in the phone market, the weakness in Apple, but in my opinion, it's all about guidance. And of course, let's not forget the mentioning of AI. Moving on to the semiconductor, AMD, of course we had Intel last week, which we covered on this channel. The numbers for the quarter were okay, but again, guidance disappointed, plus again, the money losing business that is Foundry and some weakness for Intel in the data center and AI segment. I don't expect to see the same weakness with AMD. Plus, with regards to the CPUs, I expect Intel and AMD to continue to show strength throughout the year. Definitely a tailwind for AMD, which, I mean, surprisingly still had only 2 revisions, EPS revisions on the upside and 31 on the downside. As for SMCI, Supermicro Computer, which did not pre-announce their numbers, stock dropped quite heavily, but in the last couple of days we've seen a nice little recovery there, and EPS revisions in the last 90 days, 9 revisions on the upside, 0 on the downside, EPS gap estimate of $5.46, revenue estimate $3.93 billion, and there are already some analysts that are saying that they'll beat that comfortably. So you should definitely expect quite an interesting week. Now, what happened in the last couple of days with regards to the holdings in that portfolio? Well, first of all, with regards to Tesla, each and every day there's something new, and before I started filming this video, we had here, apparently, Elon went to China. He was honored to meet the Prime Minister. We have known each other now for many years, since early Shanghai days. David Carbot, Farzad's editor, found a nice little clip. Have a listen.
Chinese Premier Li Keqiang met with Tesla CEO Elon Musk in Beijing on the 28th. Li praised Tesla's success in China as a model of Sino-US economic cooperation, emphasizing the importance of equal and mutually beneficial cooperation. He hopes for more collaboration between the US and China in line with the strategic guidance of the two countries' leaders. China will continue to open its vast market to foreign businesses and improve market access and service guarantees. We'll keep expanding market access, strengthening service guarantees, providing a better business environment and more comprehensive support for foreign businesses, allowing companies from all countries to invest in China with peace of mind. Musk said Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory is Tesla's best-performing factory, thanks to the diligence and wisdom of the Chinese team. Tesla is willing to deepen cooperation with China for more win-win outcomes.
Then in Q1, Tesla has spent $1 billion on training compute and doubled their compute capacity in the process, to which Elon Musk here answered, Tesla will spend around $10 billion this year in combined training and inference AI, the latter being primarily in the car. Any company not spending at this level and doing so efficiently cannot compete. Tesla is, of course, a car company. Then moving on to Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab had their 47 Electron launch and counting. As for Alphabet, their earnings report, we've covered that on the channel as well. Full review will be in the top right corner. Great quarter, great guidance. I mean, funny how the sentiment can switch so quickly, right? If only I didn't bang on the table when it was at around 130 and even sub $100. It's always the same with great companies. When there is suddenly too much noise that just doesn't make any sense, that's usually when you have to jump in. Now, one thing I did not mention during the review was this. So they expect YouTube overall and cloud to exit 2024 at a combined annual run rate of over $100 billion. This shows our track record of investing in and building successful new growing businesses, which means that's a growth rate of around 25%. And I mean, at those large numbers, that's quite impressive. Moving on to Snowflake. So Snowflake also got some shade thrown at it in the last couple of weeks with regards to it not being an AI company, etc., etc. But more recently, Snowflake announced Snowflake Arctic, a state-of-the-art large language model or LLM, uniquely designed to be the most open enterprise-grade LLM on the market. This is a watershed moment for Snowflake, with our AI research team innovating at the forefront of AI. By delivering industry-leading intelligence and efficiency in a truly open way to the AI community, we are furthering the frontiers of what open source AI can do. Our research with Arctic will significantly enhance our capability to deliver reliable, efficient AI to our customers. Of course, with Snowflake, why did the stock get hit? Well, 1, it was extremely expensive. 2, new CEO. And 3, in my opinion, guidance, they put the bar quite low so the new CEO can over-deliver, raise that bar, and be quite successful. Now, of course, they're again jumping here on the AI bandwagon. Okay, let's wait and see if they can deliver. And so overall, going back to the portfolio, yes, I'm still down, I'm still underperforming, but as you can see, things can change quite fast, especially when you have these types of companies in the portfolio. Now, I think on Monday, I will inject some cash for some trading activity for the next coming weeks with regards to Palantir, with regards to Robinhood, and then we'll see how that plays out and move onwards. It's not going to be such a large cash injection, but enough to make a trade successful and have a positive impact on that portfolio. I usually don't do trades, but sometimes if I see an opportunity, I like to play around a little bit. Of course, this is not investment advice, and I rarely do it because I'm rarely successful at it. That's why I don't trade, I just invest in long term. But sometimes I like to try, I like to live on the edge a little bit. And even if I'm going to be successful with those trades, that doesn't mean that the next time I'm going to try it out, that's going to be another success. No, I can be successful now, and then the next time I'm going to trade, I'm going to lose it all. That's just the nature of trading, I guess. So overall, that's about it for review, small talk here. Hopefully you like this type of videos. If you do, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.